There's a case pending at the Supreme Court called Hobby Lobby, Sebelius versus Hobby Lobby, which is actually a employer's effort to claim a religious protection in a for-profit institution. I think what's at play here is the attempt to use religion to achieve what are basically political goals. In that case, what they want to do is undermine the Affordable Care Act, and that it is using faith and a person's faith to undermine the fact that we all have right to health care in our nation.
Right.
What they're trying to say is an employer can control what quality of health care I get based on the employer's religious perspective. This is wrong. It's the wrong way forward because it's imposing my will or an employer's will on another. That's not us.
If the court finds in favor of the plaintiffs, it would be the first time that corporate rights were upheld, that the idea that corporations have this, right to be this or that would be upheld at the expense of their workers, where it would quash the rights of their workers, and that would set a very, very chilling precedent.
Just because it was only restricted to women's health access does not mean that it doesn't create a devastating precedent which says that women's health care should be treated differently. Millions of women use contraception every day. They don't think that their IUD is abortion because it isn't. And so, treating women's health care differently, I think, is going to have is going to resonate.
There's no woman who says, I get an abortion every month because I have my IUD. And actually, the biggest irony is as if, this case now has passed and we see other companies doing similar things, it will most likely increase the abortion rate because the single most effective way of reducing abortion is increasing access to contraception. So I don't think these people can actually be anti-contraception and anti-abortion at the same time.
This is a case at the Supreme Court today that has been championed by conservatives and Republicans as a test of religious liberty. At its factual core, though, it really is about the question of whether or not your boss gets to decide on the basis of his or her religious beliefs whether or not your health insurance covers your birth control.
What right do they have, again, to interfere with medical decisions by women? I mean, this gets to the whole issue of women's health. And why should women be discriminated against in ways that other medical beneficiaries are not?
What's at stake in this case is whether millions of women and their right to preventive care, including birth control, is trumped by a handful of CEOs who have their own personal opinions about birth control.
Withholding basic health care from women is bigotry, plain and simple. We should not accept it, no matter how sincerely the belief is held.